If you're an ambitious individual who wants to go far in their career, there's no better place than the Salesforce ecosystem. The sheer demand for Salesforce professionals, mixed with the growth of the ecosystem, as well as the increasing number of niche roles, is creating the perfect storm for career growth. Hi, my name is Ben McCarthy. I'm founder of SalesforceBen.com, and our mission is to help you advance your Salesforce career. So subscribe to our YouTube channel below and check out our extensive resources on Salesforce Ben. In this video, I'm going to break down the variety of roles in the Salesforce ecosystem, including the different types of companies, along with the most common career paths. Let's jump right in. For people new to the Salesforce ecosystem, or even if you've had a job for a couple of years, it can sometimes be hard to understand the depth and breadth of career paths you can take. After all, as years go on, new types of roles keep popping up. At Salesforce Ben, we've created an infographic that shows you the different types of companies, the roles within these companies, and the different career paths you can take. And whilst there are common career paths that might be slightly more normal for professionals to take, ultimately you can pick and choose any career path you like. It's not uncommon to see people completely switching up their careers based on their likes and their interests. So to get started, let's talk about career paths at one of the most common types of companies that employ Salesforce professionals: end users. Salesforce end users make up the largest segment of any company in the world. Salesforce had over 150,000 customers in 2020, and this number has likely grown significantly over the past few years. These are the companies that actually buy and use Salesforce within their businesses. Think of companies like Coca-Cola, Aston Martin, Adidas, and Formula One. Whilst you'll likely recognize these names as they are large and globally recognized organizations, you'll also find there are thousands of smaller customers. Salesforce professionals within an end user will be working to ensure the continued improvement of the system, ensuring that all users are supported and the whole business is maximizing the investment into Salesforce. The team size will generally depend on the size of the Salesforce org and the number of Salesforce licenses. A company like Coca-Cola will most likely have a team of hundreds of Salesforce professionals, whilst a company using 50 licenses might require one Salesforce admin and perhaps a developer. End users are also a great place to start your career. They quickly teach you the benefits of a company using Salesforce, and you can see the impact of your work on the organization directly. At the bottom of the graphic, you can see the typical entry-level roles such as an admin, sales ops, developer, or marketing exec. These roles won't always be entry-level. For example, if a company is only looking to employ a solo admin, they will want to ensure this admin has experience of running an org alone. However, in bigger organizations, there may be lots of opportunities for juniors to join an existing team, skill up, and climb into the career ladder. As you get more experience in an end user, now is the time to start specializing based on your passions, skills, and interests. Once again, not all these roles in the middle row will be available at an end user. It will all depend on the size and requirements a company has for Salesforce professionals. If you're applying to a very large organization, there's a good chance you'll find all these roles. Some of the most common mid-level roles at an end user will be a CRM manager and product owner. These roles have overlapping yet separate responsibilities, and ultimately it means owning the Salesforce platform internally, being responsible for changes made to the platform and the direction that it takes. If you fancy the more technical side of Salesforce, then a solution architect role may be perfect. Solution architects will have an expert level of understanding when it comes to the Salesforce platform as a whole. They will understand the intricacies of different features, solutions, and how to architect a scalable solution. Finally, if you have an affinity for the commercial side of things, then the RevOps manager will have a more specialized view on how the sales team is using Salesforce, being responsible for processes and tools the sales team are using and ensuring these systems are optimizing their workflow. Now, let's have a look at some of the top dog positions in an end user. This again will massively depend on the size of your organization. You'll most definitely find dedicated director level Salesforce positions at very large organizations, but in smaller SMB companies, the director level roles will mostly encompass other responsibilities. For example, if you rise the ranks to the highest position you can as the Salesforce CRM manager, you may look further afield to an operations or technical director role, where you'll be responsible not only for Salesforce, but also other parts of the company. To summarize this section, let's dive into why you might join or potentially leave an end user. So why might you join an end user? End users are probably the most common way for Salesforce professionals to start their careers. If you are joining an end user with a relatively low license count and a low complexity org, this will be well suited to your skill level. For more senior Salesforce professionals moving to an end user from another type of company, this is a great way to slot into a senior role and lead a team and focus your knowledge. So why might you leave an end user? Once Salesforce admins have a few years of experience under their belt, it's not uncommon for people to look further afield for other opportunities, especially if promotion opportunities aren't there in smaller businesses. This might be because they're looking to gain experience in different products and different industries, for example, by moving to a Salesforce consultancy or moving to a much larger end user to scale their knowledge and perhaps lead a team. Now, let's dive into the second most common Salesforce career path at consultancies. Salesforce consultancies are the backbone of the industry. Whenever Salesforce sells a new product to a customer, they will need a Salesforce consultancy to configure it to the customer's requirements. These implementations will range from a simple 10-user license implementation with minimal custom configuration, all the way to implementations with thousands of users, 10 custom integrations, and a bunch of custom development using Apex and Lightning components. Consultancies range from global behemoths like Accenture, Deloitte, and IBM with thousands of consultants, to local bespoke partners with tens of employees, all the way down to freelancers. Roles at consultancies are often seen as a way to massively upskill your Salesforce knowledge. You'll be working on complex projects and be surrounded by more senior professionals you can learn a lot from. So what does a typical career path look like in a Salesforce consultancy? Well, let's take a look. At the bottom of the graphic, you will see the roles that are most common for entry-level or junior professionals to join. Similar to end users, you'll get consultants and developers with 5+ or more years of experience, but it's common for consultancies to hire entry-level professionals so they can train them up and get them working on client projects. It's very common to get professionals from end users making the switch to some of these roles within a consultancy to get exposed to more complex projects, therefore accelerating their rate of learning within the Salesforce ecosystem. However, it's not uncommon for consultancies to hire professionals from other industries that have earned their Salesforce admin certification and are looking to land that entry-level role. Once you've earned your stripes in a consultancy, it's going to be time to specialize, and you're spoiled for choice. A Salesforce consultancy probably has the most variety of roles when it comes to the Salesforce ecosystem. Therefore, it's a great place to spend part of your career if you don't know where you should specialize yet. If you are more inclined to the technical side of Salesforce, then again, you have the solution architecture role or a technical consultant role if you're a developer. If you fancy owning and running projects, then the project manager role is a fantastic option for those that want to take on that responsibility. And finally, if you want to get involved in the sales side of the implementation, then the solution engineer role is a very popular choice for experienced Salesforce professionals. Here you'll be helping the salesperson sell the deal by answering technical questions and building demos for the customer. Senior, director, and VP level roles are also in abundance. Technical director and architect roles are seen as one of the most senior positions in the world of Salesforce. You will need to know everything there is about developing on the Salesforce platform. Practice lead roles typically specialize down into a single Salesforce cloud. Whether that is sales, service, or marketing cloud, you will be expected to know everything there is about that product and also get involved to help sell deals. You also have program managers who can be seen as more senior project managers, typically overseeing multiple large projects at once. Finally, we have delivery directors who will be overseeing all the projects within a consultancy. And these people are often acting as an escalation point and ensuring the operation team and delivering projects on time to a good standard. So why might you join a Salesforce consultancy? Well, they're a fantastic place to upskill your knowledge by working on complex Salesforce implementations, as well as learning from your colleagues, who will have many years of experience combined. They're a fast-paced environment where you could be working on multiple projects at the same time, so there is no better place to accelerate your career trajectory than a Salesforce consultancy. So why might you leave a consultancy? So whilst consultancies are a great place to learn, they can also be stressful. You may be working across multiple projects and customers at the same time, whilst trying to pass certifications and ensuring you meet customer deadlines as well. And as you progress your career, you may also want to double down on a specific niche or move to a different type of company. Luckily, after working at a Salesforce consultancy, the world is your oyster. Next up, we're going to look at the Salesforce ISV market, or AppExchange companies. These people develop third-party applications for the Salesforce platform. If you head over to the Salesforce AppExchange, you'll see solutions ranging from lead routing, document generation, e-signature, and everything in between. In a similar fashion to consultancies, ISVs come in various sizes, from very small companies of less than 10 employees to huge 1,000 plus employee companies such as Conga and Own Backup. However, the roles you'll see at ISVs differ greatly from consultancies, as these companies develop SaaS applications and don't primarily deliver professional services in the form of projects. This opens up unique career opportunities for roles such as technical support, customer success, as well as product management. So let's have a look at the career paths in an ISV. The vast majority of these roles in an ISV are entirely built around the application that the ISV has built. And whilst all roles will interact with Salesforce in some way, the focus is not on Salesforce, but on the app itself. So this is a direct contrast with end users and consultancies, where you'll be primarily working with the Salesforce platform and not apps that surround it. The only caveat from this is the Salesforce admin role. So as most ISVs will use Salesforce, they'll also need an admin or a team of Salesforce professionals to help run their internal Salesforce org. But ISVs can be a fantastic place to start your career or advance your career, especially if you have some experience in some of the entry-level roles such as technical support, sales operations, or business development. In some cases, but not all, ISV's applications can be seen as simpler than the Salesforce platform as a whole, as they often focus on a single use case, such as document generation or e-signature, as opposed to Salesforce, which focuses on a lot more. These entry-level roles can provide a great foundation to move up the company once you've mastered your own role. Similar to consultancies, there is a big variety of roles to kickstart your mid-level Salesforce career when you decide to specialize. Solution engineers will perform a similar role as they do in consultancies, supporting the technical cycle with technical questions and product demos. And then you have customer success. So their responsibility is pretty much what it says on the tin, ensuring customers are successful with the product. Product managers are involved in the development of the product itself, listening to customer feedback and helping shape the direction of the product alongside a team of developers. Senior roles are also abundant and are a logical step forward from some of the mid-level roles, focusing down on a specific department like product, customer success, or marketing. So why might you join a Salesforce ISV? Well, ISVs are SaaS companies, and SaaS companies are big business. They can grow very fast, have a diverse set of roles, and can be a fantastic place to accelerate your career growth. They are also great places to specialize. You might be working at an end user or a Salesforce consultancy and want to gain extra niche knowledge in a certain area such as contract management or DevOps. So why might you leave a Salesforce ISV? Well, although some sales professionals might want to specialize in a specific niche, it may be that you want to broaden your horizons, working more on the core Salesforce platform. It's very unlikely you'll be able to work with a diverse set of Salesforce products at an ISV, so depending on where you want your career to go, another type of company could be a better option. So now we've arrived at our final destination, Salesforce themselves, or the mothership as they are affectionately named. For a lot of Salesforce professionals, Salesforce is the ultimate goal. They are often recognized as one of the best companies to work for across the globe, and can offer great compensation packages and amazing career growth opportunities. Salesforce is an entirely different beast compared to the types of companies we have covered so far, with over 70,000 employees and 26 offices in the US alone. So let's have a look what career paths at Salesforce look like. So the career paths at Salesforce are mostly standard. So although the option is there to switch between career paths, most professionals will opt for a certain role and then double down on this niche and rise the ranks within the company. It's very possible to join Salesforce in an entry-level or graduate position. However, the vast majority of people will be fairly skilled professionals who are joining with 3 to 5+ years of experience under their belt. After all, Salesforce hires thousands of people a year and needs to get them up and running in the job as soon as possible. One of the most common career paths for Salesforce professionals is the solution engineering role. After someone has worked at a Salesforce consultancy or an ISV, they often consider joining the mothership to work for one of the best companies in the world and have a vast career ladder to climb. This role will be identical to other solution engineering roles, supporting the sales process with technical questions, as well as building custom demos for the client that you're trying to win. Then we have the customer success function in Salesforce, which is typically one of the most technical departments. Customer success will be partnering with Salesforce's existing customers to ensure they are getting maximum value out of their products. Most roles within customer success, such as program architect, technical architect, solution architect, and success manager, have similar but separate responsibilities. The similarities? They are all trusted advisors for Salesforce's largest customers, ensuring they are driving increased value, retention, and customer satisfaction. So why might you join Salesforce? Well, Salesforce has a fantastic reputation on the global stage as one of the best companies to work for, winning awards every year. These awards bring in a combination of compensation, culture, as well as benefits. In addition to being one of the best places to work, after being at Salesforce for a few years, you will be a highly desirable Salesforce professional. ISVs and consultancies place a huge emphasis on their relationship with Salesforce to bring them success. So if you've worked at Salesforce, you can help support this relationship by joining a Salesforce ISV or a consultancy. So why might you leave Salesforce? Well, no surprises here, but Salesforce is by far the largest company in the Salesforce ecosystem. This can come with its own disadvantages, such as being a small fish in a big pond and lots of processes to work through. It could also be hard to progress up the career ladder due to other factors. This may lead to people moving to ISVs or consultancies, where they'll be highly desired and can leapfrog into more senior positions, potentially earning more than they were at Salesforce. And that's it, a whirlwind tour of some of the most common roles and career paths in the Salesforce ecosystem. There is huge potential for all Salesforce professionals to accelerate their career in this ecosystem, mainly due to the growth of Salesforce itself. But it's a good idea to think about where you want to go in the future, as certain career paths can require experience at a certain type of company. If you want to see more content like this, subscribe to the channel and I hope to see you soon.